Hey, it's Eric Cainer on thesportsanimal.com, wrapping up as Josh Heupel just concluded his offensive staff introductory press conference and kind of giving some big takeaways from about the hour and a half, really, that we spent with those five assistant coaches. So I'll start at the top with the offensive coordinator and also the tight ends coach. His name is Alex Golish. It's a guy that's been around the block a time or two. He's worked with Coach Heupel a few times, also coached against him, and always admired the way that Josh Heupel went about his business. A guy that wants to learn, that wants to be around Josh Heupel, and tempo, tempo, tempo. He stressed tempo the pretty much the entire 20, 23 minutes or so that he met with us media there on that Zoom session. He was fired up to be here in Knoxville. I think he said that a couple of times. And Alex Golish also spent some time talking about the tight ends because that is exactly what he'll be coaching aside from having a big part of the game plan. And said that the tight ends are going to be used in a number of different ways, that you have to adapt to the way to the type of player that you have in the room. Sometimes that staff is recruited long, athletic. Tight ends like to be split out, sometimes from the line of scrimmage. And so he said that he's really excited about the tight ends that are in the room right now. But that was kind of the big takeaways from Alex Golish, the offensive coordinator and tight ends coach here on Rocky Top. You move down the list and you look at the offensive line coach, Glenn Ellerby, and he's a guy that admires Coach Heupel and said that he has always wanted to coach for Josh Heupel and likes the way that they go about it. Talking about from the outside in, the tackles, long, athletic, can kind of move. You get bigger as you work yourself in, and that's kind of traditionally what an offensive line at the basics kind of looks like. But the thing Glenn Ellerby really preached is more than anything, you need to have smart offensive linemen in this system, ones that can gain a grasp of the offense quickly and can think quick on their feet. Because again, this is a high tempo offense and it's going to be moving fast. You work your way down to Cody Burns, wide receiver coach. Again, he's been at Auburn. He's coached in the SEC. He is recruited in the SEC. And I think that's the big takeaway for Cody Burns, where a lot of this offensive staff was with Heupel at Orlando the last couple years. And of course, some of them coached at Missouri like Ellerby, and some of them coached at other places like Alex Golish. But Cody Burns has SEC recruiting experience. He knows what it takes to be on a winning staff in the SEC, and he has a lot of ties to this region. And so that's going to play a big factor for Tennessee on the offensive side. Cody Burns stressed that the number one importance for wide receiver in this offense is ball skills. Got to be able to go up and catch the ball, make contested catches in this league as well, and said that there's a lot of diversity in the room right now with small, quick guys, long and lengthy guys, and he's excited to coach these wide receivers. Joey Halsey, Halsey, excuse me. I mess that up every time. I'll get it sooner or later. Joey Halsey, he is the quarterback's coach. He has been with Josh Heupel for 13 years as either a player under Heupel, who was his quarterback's coach, or as a fellow coach. Said that he has been in the meeting room with Josh Heupel for 13 years in one realm or another. Halsey is going to be an extension of Josh Heupel. He even said it, Josh Heupel, he loves coaching quarterbacks. That's his favorite thing to do, and that he'll continue to be around because he can't quite help himself. But that Heupel trusts Halsey and his ability to coach that position, and knows that it's really just an extension of him, and said there's no clear-cut, quarterback right now. There's no clear-cut starter. You don't necessarily need a pocket passer or a mobility guy. That the number one thing for a quarterback in this offense is one that can quickly, make the right read and make the right decision. From there, it's accuracy, and then from there, it's mobility, but all three are important. Joey Halsey has said that he's watched every throw that every quarterback on campus made last year, and that he's excited to get down to business with these guys. And then lastly, Jerry Mack, former head coach at North Carolina Central, has been the offensive coordinator at Rice the last couple of seasons, and he was fun to watch. It was a good one to end on. This is a guy that has been around the block again. He has coached in a number of different places. He has head coaching experience. I think is very important. Talked about wanting to leave that role to kind of go and coach with one of his lifelong friends at Rice, and that's why he kind of did that. But he said he looked at this running backs room whenever he got the call from Josh Heupel, saying that Heupel was looking for a coach that has coached at a number of different schemes, and a pro and a spread, and wanted a guy that had ties to the area. Of course, Jerry Mack from Tennessee, from Memphis, is coach in Memphis as well. And he said that when he looked at this running backs room, you have, tall, big guys like D. Beckwith, short, compact, quick guys like Jabari Small, and a couple of guys in between. He said that that really excited him, and that's one of the main reasons why he took this job. And also that he believes in playing multiple backs in a game, but you have to earn that right to play in the football game. He said he's not just going to play anybody just to play them. Said that in years past, he's coached offensive schemes to where you have different style of running backs that come in different situations. And so that was the big takeaway for Jerry Mack. So it was Wednesday afternoon. Josh Heupel unveiled his offensive coaching staff in an introductory press conference setting. It was about 90 minutes in length. Of course, all the audio and all the video is going to be up on our website at 991thesportsanimal.com here momentarily. For Eric Cain, this is 991thesportsanimal.com. Guys, enjoy it. We'll talk about the defense when Josh Heupel makes that known.